so many Americans were surprised at how many of the hidden messages we both got, specifically you, in that video. Because there's some people like, how the hell do Brits who've never watched this in their life get notice things that Americans till now don't even know or notice? So I think we've done a good job. So this is going to kind of talk through the hidden messages more, the ones we missed. Okay. And go into more detail. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Before we get into it.
Make sure you smash the subscribe and follow button and hype up this video.
Let's do it.
Now, Kendrick Lamar is currently trending after his Super Bowl performance, and for good reason. Ever since it was announced back in September that Kendrick was going to perform, the hype has been real. And now it finally happened, and people can't stop talking about it. But here's the thing, most people only saw what was on the surface. What they missed was the deeper message Kendrick was sending. This performance wasn't just about entertainment. It was filled with subliminals, symbolism, and a statement that went way beyond the music. So in this video, we're breaking it all down. What Kendrick was really trying to communicate, and why this might be one of the most important Super Bowl performances we've ever seen. Let's start with some of the basics, what I'd consider the less exciting but still important details. First, we have the A chain, which caught a lot of people's attention. Some fans believe the A could be a subliminal shot at Drake, referencing the A minor line from Not Like Us, or even Drake's real name, Aubrey. While there's definitely a possibility, if you ask me, I think this is more about Kendrick promoting PG Lang. PG Lang, the company Kendrick started in 2020, specializes in music, film, television, and creative production. If you take a look at their merchandise, they frequently use the letter A, making it seem more like a branded promotion rather
I think that's what it is.
That makes sense.
That being said, I wouldn't put it past Kendrick to include this, knowing people would speculate and tie it back to their beef. But overall, I think this was less about the drama and more about using the big stage in America to push his brand forward.
Agreed.
But that's what Rihanna did as well. You know the performance that we watched of hers? She took out her Fenty powder or whatever, and she dabbed it.
Oh, I didn't.
Like that was
that's her brand, isn't it?
Yeah,
Fenty. You get Fenty, no? I swear you used to get Fenty powder.
The lip gloss.
Lip gloss. Okay. Yeah. So she owns that.
Yeah, that's her brand. Fenty's her brand.
That'll be Rihanna. Yeah. I didn't know that.
Serena Williams crip walking, which is so petty but undeniably funny. This moment was of course a direct, calculated jab, considering Serena's history with Drizzy.
So a lot of people were very pissed about this. Not at us. We didn't do nothing.
Of her dance.
Am I right to say she's crip walking, guys? And apparently she lost her sister to Crips or some shit like that. So her crip walking makes no sense, especially when the gang Crips killed her sister. Something along the lines of that. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I'm pretty sure it was on this video. People were mentioning it. If it wasn't this video, it must have been another video.
No, it was this video.
Did someone else crip walk?
No, it was her. No, I remember the comments. People said that.
She has a sister or something.
Yeah,
or
and
family
then
member
they don't understand why she danced like that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so yeah, all right. Guys, yeah. Something along the lines of that. So apparently people were like, it just makes no sense that she's crip walking when she lost a family member to Crips, basically.
This moment was of course a direct, calculated jab, considering Serena's history with Drizzy. Serena Williams and Drake used to date at one point, for anyone who doesn't know. Their connection first gained traction in August 2015, when paparazzi snapped them getting cozy at a Cincinnati restaurant. Before that, Drake had already been spotted courtside at her tennis matches, fueling speculation. However, things between Serena and Drake eventually soured. The exact reason, well, nobody truly knows. But what we do know is that in 2022, Drake took an unexpected shot at Serena's husband, Alexis Ohanian, on his collab album with 21 Savage, Her Loss. He did this on the track Middle of the Ocean, when he said, "Sidebar Serena, your husband a groupie. He claimed we don't got a problem, but no boo, it is like you coming for sushi." That was a blatant sign of disrespect, not just towards Alexis, but indirectly towards Serena as well. And it was clear that she caught shade. Alexis Ohanian later responded on Twitter, brushing off Drake's comments while proudly embracing his role as a quote-unquote groupie for his wife and daughter. Very respectable man. Fast forward to the Super Bowl, and Serena's playful yet symbolic crip walking during Kendrick Lamar's performance almost felt like a subtle but satisfying clapback for the both of them. I think the deeper context definitely made it hilarious in its own right. Whether intentional or not, which it probably was, it was another reminder that hip-hop and pop culture history always finds a way to resurface. So Serena, one of Drake's exes, and they obviously had a fallout. What a better way to send a message on the biggest stage than having her dance or crip walk. to what is essentially the national hater anthem against Drake. Also, SZA was up on that stage with Kendrick, and for anyone who didn't know, SZA used to actually date Drake back in 2009.
Bruh, who's Drake not dated? That's the question. This guy's been with every chick, isn't
Literally.
There's that. For the Serena angle, there's also another layer to this moment. Serena did grow up in Compton before moving to Florida at the age of
Freaky
9.
frog.
So not only did she share hometown roots with Kendrick Lamar, but the fact that they came together collectively to embrace a song that openly disses Drake, that's a shot 100%. It almost felt like a full circle moment. Kendrick, the hometown hero, using his Super Bowl performance to take aim at an industry rival, and then Serena, who grew up in Compton, casually hitting the crip walk to the same song right there on national television. Aside from that, we have Kendrick conveniently turning into the camera as soon as he said, "Say Drake, I hear you like him young. Better not go to Cell Block 1." Now that, I don't think there's anything particularly deep about that, but if you guys seen the look on this guy's face,
just
when
mocking
he says that, I ain't really gonna say anything. Just look at this guy's face, bruh. This face has hate a million times written all over it, okay? Now that aside, let's actually go over the real shit now, okay? And this is something you're probably only gonna hear here because nobody breaks this down like me. So how about drop a like on this video?
Let's see, brother.
So most people obviously paid attention to those surface level things like the A-Chain, Serena, and all that. Those things aside, this wasn't just a performance. This so-called performance, okay, this was actually a political statement. The show opened with none other than legendary actor Samuel L. Jackson introducing Kendrick Lamar. But this wasn't just an introduction. Samuel L. Jackson was dressed as Uncle Sam, the well-known symbol which is supposed to represent the US government. So he's a physical embodiment of the government, okay? And that embodies authority, control, which is essentially the same system that Kendrick has been fighting for the entirety of his career, but most importantly of all, life. Kendrick Lamar has spent his entire career being critical of the systems in America that have contributed to so much of the pain Black America has faced. He's never shied away from addressing oppression, economic disparity, and systematic racism in his music.
This is the kind of people we respect. Standing up for what's right,
That's
not what's
why
controlled.
All the dancers in his performance were Black.
Yeah, good for him.
Because he was representing the Black community, his people.
That's it.
I love that.
W Kendrick.
Yeah.
He dedicated an entire album to these themes in 2015 called To Pimp a Butterfly. One of the most striking examples of this is Wesley's Theory, the very first song on the album where Kendrick raps, "Anything to see, my name is Uncle Sam, I'm your dog. Motherfucker, you can't live at the mall. I know you're kind, that's why I'm kind. Don't have receipts, oh man, that's fine. Pay me later, wear those gators. Cliche, then say F your haters." Now this particular song is about the financial traps that have kept Black Americans stuck in a cycle of debt and economic struggle. Kendrick paints a picture of the US government personified as Uncle Sam, luring young Black men into a false sense of financial freedom, encouraging them to overspend, indulge in materialism, and accumulate debt, all while knowing that the system is designed to keep them from ever truly attaining wealth. Simply put, it's a trap. And Kendrick, being as intentional as he is, wasn't just referencing the song for nostalgia. His decision to have Samuel L. Jackson, dressed as Uncle Sam, introduce his Super Bowl performance was a callback to this very idea, reminding us that financial literacy, systematic racism, and the exploitation of Black culture are still very relevant conversations today. Wesley's Theory is a direct reference to actor Wesley Snipes, who famously went to prison for tax evasion. Kendrick used Snipes' situation as a metaphor for how the system sets up Black artists, athletes, and entertainers to fail financially. Wesley Snipes was once one of the biggest actors in Hollywood, but after failing to pay millions in taxes, the American government came down on him hard. While tax evasion is a crime regardless of who commits it, Kendrick's point is that Black celebrities are often placed in a financial trap, encouraged to spend recklessly, not given the tools for financial literacy, and then penalized harshly when they make mistakes. Kendrick's message in Wesley's Theory is that the system doesn't just allow Black success, it profits off of Black success while making sure that the wealth never truly stays within the community. The government gives opportunities, loans, and access to luxury, but then punishes those who don't navigate the system correctly. It's a cycle, one that's intentionally designed to keep Black people chasing wealth without ever achieving true financial independence. And when you bring this back to the Super Bowl performance, the symbolism becomes even...
Not trying to get religious in any way, guys, but I just want to put this out there. In our religion, one thing that's forbidden and is very heavily forbidden is interest rates. Our religion always advises to avoid any finance deals of any interest involved to stop that from happening.
Yeah.
And that's very forbidden.
You actually go to war with your Lord if you actually take part in interest.
Yeah. So that's just something I thought I'd put out there because it's quite relevant to what he's talking about.
No, it's true. It's for that reason.
Yeah.
Because the rich get richer, the poor get poorer.
Yeah.
That's literally what it is. Yeah.
I got the money that you need. I'll give it to you for 20% more.
Yeah.
You want it?
Yeah.
Clearer, Samuel L. Jackson as Uncle Sam wasn't just a random creative choice, it was a statement. Kendrick was showing that the same oppressive forces he's been rapping about for years are still at play, even on one of America's biggest stages while he's on that stage. Essentially, Kendrick is saying the same forces that allowed me to get on the stage, the ones that helped me get to my success and wealth, are the same forces still controlling the game while I'm performing on this stage. It's a paradox. Kendrick is saying that, hey, I know that I'm benefiting from the system, but he's also a product of the system's constraints. Alright, we're not playing that entire clip, man, because they're trying to get my motherfucking coins out here, bro, and I'm not gonna let that happen. And that's why Samuel L. Jackson, representing the US government, injects himself into the performance by saying, too loud, too reckless, too ghetto. This moment isn't just about performance theatrics. It's a direct critique of how black expression is often policed and commodified. It's the system allowing Kendrick
I was
to exist.
thinking why he said that. I remember, what's his name? Samuel Jackson.
Yeah, he said it.
He said it. I was thinking, why did he say that for? There was a reason why he said it, but now it makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But only under certain conditions. The message is clear. Be successful, but not too successful. Speak out, but not too loud. Stay in line, play the game, and don't disrupt the system that benefits you. Now, the game he's referring to is the entertainment industry itself. The same industry that uplifts, but of course exploits black artists at the same time. It's the idea that as long as you're making money for the system, you're welcome. But the moment you challenge it too much, you become a problem. Kendrick has played this game masterfully throughout his career. He's managed to critique the system while still thriving within it. But at the Super Bowl, one of the biggest stages in America, he's making it clear. I know exactly what this is, and I know exactly how much freedom I actually have. Now, this is where Drake comes into the picture. Drake is a Canadian guy who, unlike Kendrick, has never been positioned as a revolutionary or a disruptor. He plays the game effortlessly, adapting to every trend, every industry shift, and every cultural moment without ever truly challenging the system. The battle between Kendrick and Drake isn't just about music.
They're different. They're a whole different breed.
Without getting into too much again, Drake is the same group that run the media.
Yeah.
Do you get it? Kendrick isn't.
Yeah.
Drake can get away with things that Kendrick can't. The second Kendrick does certain things that Drake may do, he will get shot out. Same way Kanye West got shot out.
Yep.
Same way they killed Michael Jackson and tried paint him as a pedophile when he wasn't. All of that. The group will pick their people, do you get it? Without saying too much.
Or two rappers going at each other. It represents something bigger. It's yin versus yang, good versus evil, authenticity versus industry manipulation. Kendrick is the artist who constantly critiques the system, calling out its flaws and exposing its traps. Drake, on the other hand, is the artist who thrives within the confines of the system. Drake for a long time has represented the industry's favorite artist, marketable, accessible, and not so controversial. Kendrick, on the other hand, represents the people's artist, critical, disruptive, and unwilling to conform. Their rivalry has been painted as just another rap beef, but on a deeper level, it's a clash of ideologies. That's really what it is. So when Kendrick takes on the biggest stage in American entertainment and turns it into a statement against the system, it's not just about Drake. It's what he symbolizes. It's Kendrick reminding the world that the industry rewards those who play the game and silence those who question it. And by performing Not Like Us, he made sure that message was loud and clear. Now later on, before Kendrick is about to perform Peekaboo, Samuel L. Jackson delivers the line, "I see you brought your homeboys with you." The old culture cheat code, scorekeeper, deduct one life. This is more than just a random transition. It's a loaded statement. This moment ties directly into the overarching theme of the performance, the battle between playing the game and challenging the system just enough. I see you brought your homeboys with you. On the surface, it acknowledges Kendrick bringing his team, his culture, and most importantly of all, his people to the stage. But coming from Samuel L. Jackson, who's playing Uncle Sam, the symbol of the US government and the industry's power, it carries a condescending tone. It suggests that Kendrick is leaning on the strength of his roots, his community, and black culture to make an impact. It's almost as if Uncle Sam is saying, oh, so you're using your people, your authenticity, your blackness as a way in? And it's funny because blackness is literally the source of everything in the entertainment industry. Music, style, culture. But when it comes to the image that the industry wants to represent, it's often watered down, controlled, or repackaged to be more digestible for mainstream audiences. Hip-hop, R&B, and
It's
black
interesting.
culture as a whole have shaped every
Very
major movement in
interesting.
music and entertainment. Yet the industry has historically treated black artists as both the foundation and the afterthought. Black artists are expected to innovate, set trends, and define culture. But when they become too outspoken or too disruptive or too unapologetically black, they're met with resistance, and this is that resistance at play. When Samuel L. Jackson as Uncle Sam dismisses Kendrick's authenticity as just a cultural cheat code, it reflects how the industry uses black culture while trying to control who gets to profit from it. So this
Facts.
could be a subtle dig at how the industry
And they gave it to a lot of it to Drake for the reason that he's in that same group.
exploits black culture, allowing artists to bring their background into the mainstream only when it benefits the system. Also, he's performing peekaboo, so let's talk about the white outfits, okay? Because those white outfits right there is definitely more than just a fashion choice. If you follow Kendrick's career, you know that he doesn't do anything without intention. In a situation like this, there's a strong argument that this was a direct reference to the KKK and the idea of America. All the dancers dressed in white, moving in unity, while Kendrick
didn't
performs
clock
a
that.
song that directly calls out Drake, who's supposed to represent the system. That visual alone is very symbolic. The Ku Klux Klan, also known as the KKK, is known for wearing white robes, representing white supremacy, oppression, and the same systematic racism Kendrick has been speaking out against his entire career. And let's not forget that hip-hop has been calling out America from Ice Cube to Tupac, and now Kendrick is continuing that tradition on one of the biggest stages in America. This could also be a reference to Colin Kaepernick. The NFL has a complicated history with race, from how the Colin Kaepernick situation played out to the way black artists have been selectively allowed to perform on certain stages. And yet Kendrick gets up there and flips the entire thing into a critique of the system itself. It's almost like he's saying, look, I know what country this is, I know how this game is played, and I know exactly where we stand. Now, right before Kendrick is about to perform Not Like Us, Samuel L. Jackson delivers another loaded line.
That's what America wants.
So we're gonna have to cut that short because copyright is beating my fucking ass right now.
Yeah, I
that's
feel
what
your
I'm
pain,
talking
brother.
about. That's what America wants. Nice and calm. You're almost there. Don't miss this. And before he can even finish, Kendrick cuts him off, launching straight into Not Like Us. So this moment wasn't just theatrical. Now this moment wasn't just theatrical. It was symbolic.
Theatrical.
It was the system quite literally being interrupted. Samuel L. Jackson, still playing the role of Uncle Sam, the government, the establishment, the industry, was essentially telling Kendrick, this is what we want from you, something safe, something that doesn't challenge us. You're almost where we want you. Stay in line and don't ruin it. But Kendrick doesn't let him finish. Instead, he shuts him completely down and jumps straight into Not Like Us, arguably the most rebellious moment of the entire show. And that right there, that's the perfect representation of how America has always tried to police black voices. The government has a history of suppressing outspoken black figures, whether through censorship, blackballing, or outright violence. The entertainment industry has a habit of rewarding black artists only when they play by the rules and punish those who challenge the system. The media often tries to dictate how black artists should behave, expecting them to be nice and calm rather than unapologetic and disruptive, because when other groups of people speak up, it's seen as passion, advocacy, standing up for what's right. But when black people speak up, suddenly it's labeled as aggression, a threat, or something that needs to be
Gotta agree with what he just said. That's exactly how they label it. Whenever a white artist or someone like that talks on something, they're passionate. They use different words. Different words are used, and it's really, really disgusting, to be honest.
controlled. But Kendrick isn't here to be controlled. The second Uncle Sam tries to contain him, he breaks free by being his loud, aggressive self and does the very thing they don't want him to do. And then to top it all off, Kendrick ends his Super Bowl performance with the song TV Off, which quite literally means turn the damn TV off.
Turn this TV off, turn this...
I think there are two major layers to why Kendrick chose to end this performance with this song. First of all, it's definitely a universal message to everyone. In a world where people are constantly fed media narratives, propaganda, and distractions, Kendrick is telling the audience to wake up. The Super Bowl is one of the biggest spectacles in America. Corporations spend billions just to have a commercial slot because they know the whole world is watching. The game, the halftime show, the ads, it's all a distraction from real life issues that don't go away once the TV is off. Kendrick ending with TV off could be him saying, enough with the distractions. Think for yourself. And then the other half of the message is a message to Black America. The media has historically controlled the narrative about Black people, whether through the news, entertainment, or politics, or the entertainment industry. The way Black artists, athletes, and leaders are portrayed is often filtered through a lens of control, only showing what fits the agenda. So when Kendrick closes off his performance with TV off, it's his way of telling Black America to stop letting the media dictate their reality. Don't let America decide who your heroes are. Don't let the system control the narrative. Kendrick was clear.
What he just said there about, you know, the distractions and stuff, this is why I want our channel to go down the route of kind of highlighting world issues a little bit more, because don't get me wrong, we're an entertainment channel, but I don't want our channel just to be like a distraction for people. We're obviously not no industry plants to like be here trying to distract no one, but I want our channel to kind of highlight issues and problems and real life things a little bit more, and not just be sports reactions, to kind of make those people watching us their time a bit more worthwhile as well, because we're adding a bit of value in the sense that there's things happening in the world and we're going to react to them. You're going to watch us if you choose.
No, of course,
to.
it's basically entertainment is a distraction.
It is.
That's what it is. Like the media controls what they want to put on the media and what they want to feed to their audience. Everything that you see on like Instagram, TikTok, a lot of things that are happening in the world, you're not going to see it live on, you know, your news or whatever.
Facts.
They control what they want the audience to see. But it's a case of you have to go out your own way and search in terms of what is happening in the world. A lot of people are oblivious of what is happening in, you know, a third world country.
Bro, I saw a YouTuber. I think Kai Cenat's one of his like streamer friends. Anyway, he's young, but he streams anyway. I think his name's it begins with R, Rakai or some shit. Anyway, he only found out yesterday that his country's at war with Iran. Bro, they've been bombing each other for how long, and he just found out yesterday, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? This is what I mean. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying everyone's like that, but like.
But how can you not know? That's such a big thing.
Bro,
like,
I don't know, man. When I saw that, I was in shock. I said, "This can't be true."
I feel like people like are so. Like I said,
Oblivious.
entertainment is a big distraction. Like cinema, games, social media, it's all a big distraction. Like, obviously, he's doing streaming or whatever he's doing, focus on making his money, but he's completely oblivious of what's happening in the world.
War's happening.
Like, how can you not know that?
I don't know, man. I was shocked.
Really sending a message with this performance, and I can't believe there are people who thought this was just a regular halftime show, but then again, it makes sense. The masses only see what's on the surface. That's how it's always been. Most people just saw a high energy performance, a few viral moments, and some controversy, but if you've been following Kendrick's career, you already know that this man never does anything without a purpose, and that's why I respect him so much. You can't hear me break all this down and still think it was just about entertainment. Love him or hate him, Kendrick has always been about the message. He's never been the type to chase clout or drop music just for the sake of it. Every time he speaks, he's saying something, and this performance was just another example of that. And this is exactly why I'm so happy he's having this moment, because we finally have an artist on the biggest stage in America who's as authentic as an artist can possibly be.
Facts.
From mixtape Kendrick to Super Bowl Kendrick, I've been following this guy since he first came in the game, sounded like Lil Wayne, back when he was still, you know, Lil K Dot, rapping over other people's beats and finding his voice. So to see him evolve from that young kid from Compton to a cultural icon who's using the Super Bowl as a statement, that's iconic and legendary. Honestly, it's great. And what makes it even greater is how much he's able to say with so little. And this is what separates Kendrick from everyone else. He doesn't just tell you, he shows you. Samuel L. Jackson as Uncle Sam, the system controlling black artists, the dancers dressed in white, possible reference to America and white supremacy, cutting off Uncle Sam before Not Like Us, defying the system in real time, ending with TV off, the final statement, wake up, stop being distracted. Every single moment was intentional. This wasn't just a performance, guys, this was a cultural moment right here. But I'm of course just one man with one perspective and one voice.
Good video.
Good breakdown.
That was a lot of things that I didn't see myself.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
There was another video requested on the same topic, but it was like an hour long, so I chose this one instead.